always been drawn to the arts since I was young, and I started my design journey in secondary school where I took art as an O-level subject. Afterwards, I went to Nanyang Polytechnic and studied a diploma in motion graphics design. And now I'm currently year 2 of graphic branding and identity at the University of the Arts London.
Hi, I'm Kevin, and I was from the same Polytechnic course as Reena, so that was motion graphics design. Currently, I'm mostly working freelance and doing some projects with my dad. So similarly, I've always liked doing arts and crafts since young. So attracted to that, and I like working with my hands more. So not so much as digital as Reena, more of some physical goods as well. Yeah. Personally, my approach to design, of course, has changed quite a lot. Designer is a bit wishy-washy. But lately, it's been more about being simple. I've always liked minimalistic designs, and I feel that it's important because as designers, we tend to get caught up in a lot of fancy, crazy ideas. But sometimes it's more important to keep it grounded because you want it to work. I think that is the most important part of having a result. No point having big, crazy ideas if they don't work. So I like to keep it simple and make sure it works first, and then I'll add the embellishment afterwards.
For me, I think design should be a blend of both function and aesthetic. I think functional beauty helps romanticize the mundane life that we usually, the routine that we follow, and it brings more enjoyment to our normal life.
So in my case, when I went to poly, I had to always take the MRT. It's not that close. And to be fair, the MRT in Singapore is actually quite efficient and fast. I'm quite inspired by that. Really like to be efficient, on time. Of course, it's an inspiration because personally, I'm never on time or on track or on schedule. Taken the inspiration, and I'm trying to plan my time better to be able to produce my deliverables on time. So that's my personal takeaway from the environment of Singapore.
For me, I don't really have a specific example, but more generic in the sense that design is very adaptable it's not just an object like product design, but it can be just anything is design. And I think using it as a tool for our daily lives, it helps improve the workflow of things. We can simplify things a lot better if it's properly designed, and if it's something I enjoy looking at and everything. It's like waking up in the morning and having my room with nice items. It just makes me happier.
For me, the efficiency and speed is good, but at the same time, it feels like we are too rushed. We don't slow down to take a look at things once in a while. I feel like when I design things, I tend to lean towards the interactive side because I don't want people to just walk by, take a picture and have a look. I want them to interact with it, enjoy the process of it, because you cannot simply just snap a picture of an interactive installation. You have to interact with it. That would be my design style. To have people interact with what I create. To me, that's very important because it is almost like interacting with them personally. They interact with my work which I created, so I think that is what I like to do.
For me, it's growing up in a multicultural society since young. It really helped shape my perspective on approaching my design processes. So I would tend to be more mindful and inclusive, respectful of my overall product. And I think I also tend to draw inspirations from all these different cultures. Yeah.
So we have a Kinetic installation at SCAPE, of which she came up with the main concept. The idea of it is to bring together people of different perspectives and have them interact with our installation. So it will require some teamwork for them to achieve the outcome of the installation. I don't want to spoil too much. Experience it yourselves. It will be collaborative. Yeah.
I was inspired by dialogue within the design community in Singapore, how different people come together and through communication and teamwork they can achieve really good projects and really impressive works. So that's why we wanted to make something that involves collaboration. So I think more opportunities for these collaborations like how are we able to connect the local artists to the businesses, as well as I think there could be more facilities as well for creatives, like spaces like SCAPE, but with studios and resources for the young creatives, like resale printing, screen printing, where like designers with different backgrounds come together for potential collaborations. I think that would be very helpful for the creatives.
So she has mentioned most of the digital designers part, and I think I just want to bring up the physical build part. Singapore has maker fair events where makers, which people who mostly build stuff, come together to share ideas and exchange pointers and stuff. But I think outside of that, we don't actually have much support for physical artists who do create sculptures and things like that. So aside from screen printing and all the stuff that she said, I think having a workspace with tools are rather important because some prototypes are quite hard to do at home. Currently, I think design doesn't have a very good reputation in Singapore. I feel like in the future, I would like people to be able to appreciate design more. And it's not just things like movie or music. I think this is agreed upon by all designers that good design is actually invisible. You don't notice good design. Bad design, it screams at you. Like, why on earth is this door not labeled pull or push, So that kind of thing. I think people being aware, people being mindful of good design or just design in general, it will be great for the future of Singapore, because a lot of designers design things that you interact with daily but you have no idea about. Being more mindful, being more aware of such things would definitely be a good thing as a whole in Singapore.
It would be nice to see more collaboration between like the underrated local artists and like businesses, because a lot of businesses now like tend to start going towards like the AI art, and I think there's so many like good local artists with like unique styles and like craft festivals or booths where they sell their work. There's a lot of like personality and individuality there, and I think with more collaborations with the local businesses, we can shout out these artists more. It helps to boost the design scene in Singapore.